Not so long ago, in the mysterious land of Toronto, Canada, Scott Pilgrim was dating a high schooler.
Scott Pilgrim is dating a high schooler?
Really? Is she hot?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheap Seat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheap Seat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 161, and tonight we're talking about Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Woohoo!
I am Sean Orad, and joining me tonight is Andrew. I have to pee, Jemison.
Well, thanks for saving my life, Pilgrim.
All right, the Duke.
That's right, Pilgrim.
Nice.
Yeah. You with us now, Sam?
With his own Foley work. I love it.
Yeah. Corny. Oh, look. Coins, Logan.
Oh, man, don't even enough to make bus fare.
It's okay. I'll loan you the extra 37 cents.
Does this still mean we get to make out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Sam, whatever, and stuff, Vector.
There's so many different ways I could have killed you in this movie.
Oh, sure. No problem. So cool. Let's pull up a comfy chair and dive into this movie. This is it. This is very excited for this. This is 2000 and somethings. 2010's Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Full disclosure.
What year?
2010.
Ted. Okay.
Yeah, 2010. Full disclosure, we kind of made an announcement a long time ago when we first started doing the podcast that at some point we'd like to do all of our favorite films as part of the run of the show. The joke is always that the first episode was supposed to be Serenity, but technically issues.
It was.
Yeah, technically it was,
Yeah,
but technical issues abounded, and it will never air. So we will do that one eventually with Andrew. So we did Jurassic Park a few months ago. Well, more than a few, I guess. I can't remember how long ago it was. It was after Christmas, I think. Jurassic Park for Sam. And this week we are doing Scott Pilgrim for Corny. Now, I know Scott Pilgrim isn't streaming, so if you're listening to this, and sorry it's late.
You should own this movie.
Yeah, you should. You should. I actually don't, believe it or not.
What?
I know.
And in Bizarro World, I actually own it in 2 mediums. So there we go.
So if you haven't, if you don't have a way of watching it, I'm sorry. We try not to do that. But after waiting, how long have we been doing this podcast? 3.5 years. We figured it's probably not going to hit streaming. So
It's Corny's turn.
we just decided that, all right, let's just do Corny's and move on. So
Zombie versus Andrews. So
man,
got that out of the way.
don't bring that up. I'm still sore about the whole Power Ranger bit.
Yeah. Zombie versus, well, that's not on my top 10 list.
Oh, okay.
We'll just say that.
Is it your top 10 movies about
like a Power Ranger?
Is it in your top 10 movies that deal with both zombies and rodents?
No, actually, it's
There are. There's probably
It's like
10. I was going to say there's got to be at least 10 of those somewhere. So cool. I'm really excited to talk about this. And like we said with Sam, Corny,
We're so excited.
if we all don't like it, you can't rage quit the podcast. So there you go. That's
No, I don't give a damn.
That's your fair warning. Also, Corny did preface this yesterday. We spoke yesterday, and he said, just going to go ahead and let you know that I watched this with the commentary, and I have all kinds of fun things to say about this. So I'm excited to hear to hear, to kind of compare what trivia I dug up compared to what he has. So, but if you have no idea what Scott Pilgrim versus the World is, like I did before we actually rented it years ago, I had no idea what this was. If you're like that, then Andrew will clue you in and give you what probably IMDb says that it is.
Scott Pilgrim must defeat his new girlfriend's 7 evil exes in order to win her heart.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Okay, yeah, I'd say so.
Sure, okay.
That's all that IMDb says.
Well, thanks, IMDb.
Pretty much spot on.
But I mean,
Except
so
that little bit that Sean said.
the one question that I've always wanted to know, Corny, is like, does every time she get a new boyfriend, do they have to do that?
They adds a list.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah,
Because technically, no. I have to say no, just because you get to number 7, and technically the rest of them are still alive. So no.
Well, so that's my second question. Does he actually kill them, or do they respawn?
Hilarious.
I mean, I've always wondered, because it's like, let's be honest. He commits 7 murders, and in front of lots of people, and no one seems to care. So,
But is it murder if you burst in the coins?
Well, I guess, yeah. So that's what made me always think, like it made my brain think, I'm just going to assume that they respawn, because, I mean, that director would have been pissed had the star of the show, Chris Evans, actually died in a flaming ball of skateboardness. I think he would have been pissed. Like, oh, there goes millions of dollars down the drain for this movie. It's like, he'll respawn eventually. It's fine. He just needs to bubble hearth.
Love it.
His ghost needs to run back to its body. There we go. There's your Hearthstone reference. He just needs to run back. Anyway, was this the first time viewing for Andrew or Sam?
No. Was it yours?
Yes, it was.
Nice. Was it mine? Were you asking if it was mine?
Yeah.
No. No. So the story behind this movie with me is that 7 years ago, Corny said, "Hey, I want to check out this movie on Redbox. It's called Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It looks really funny. Can I come over and watch it?" Sure, dude. Let's do that, and I'll cook some food, and we'll watch it. And then we did, and we both loved it. And Corny literally drove from my house to Walmart and bought the movie. Right? I'm not lying there, right?
No, that is not a fabricated story.
And I think you actually watched it 2 more times that weekend.
Whoa.
That's probably true, and I've probably watched it, including now probably 25 times since the first time.
Yeah, in the last 7 years. So, yeah, and then Tuesday night when we were the night before we normally record Wednesday, was my second time viewing the movie. I just hadn't watched it since then.
So essentially, you got me hooked on a drug and then left me.
Sure.
I think Pink has a song about this.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it is, but I believe you. I can really. As soon as you said Pink, the only song that came to mind was "You and Your Hand Tonight." That's all I could think of. Which is a great.
Hey, that's a little too close to him.
I know. I'm sorry, but it's a great song. Anyway, so I guess we'll do our normal intros for this part of the movie or part of the podcast.
You.
Says, well, yeah, sure. It says me, Andrew.
Hello, Sean.
Hey, buddy.
Well, this is, like I said, the first time I've seen this movie. And I am not going to lie, Corny, I didn't go into it with high expectations.
That's fair.
But, and I will say this, it took me probably to the end of the movie to realize that what I had just watched was awesome. Because when I started, and as I was watching, I kept thinking, it's like being on an acid trip or something. I can't keep up with this. And I was questioning, is this real life? Is this in his mind? Is this a video game world? Is this another dimension? what is happening here? And then at the end of the movie, I thought, you know what? Just screw it. I don't care what it was. I liked it. I thought it was done well, and I thought the story was cool. I literally laughed out loud in some moments when Knives knocks on the door and says, "Is Scott here?" And you see him leap through the window.
That's the best part of the movie.
I busted out laughing, and my wife was dozing beside me, and he leaned over and smacked me and said, "Shh, I'm trying to sleep." But moments like that, I just thought the movie was hilarious.
Oh, that's one of the most brilliant moments of the movie. It's
It kind of reminded me of
he just left
of an older style slapstick in certain parts.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No, good. Corny.
Because we're going to talk a lot about this, I'm just going to say, obviously, I've seen it a ton and not lost it yet, including the fact that I did watch it 3 more times this week. So yeah, we'll talk more, but I guess if you just want my initial opinion, I'm going to say that when we first watched it, Sean, it was up until the first battle, and I was like, made a mistake.
Yeah.
And then the first battle happened, and since that moment, I was like, what the hell did we just watch? But
yeah.
It was awesome. Anyway, but yeah, let's just move on because I'll say nothing but good things. So let's just get through this.
Okay, Sam.
Sure. This was quite possibly the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Didn't like it. No, I'm just kidding.
The assassin that I paid to kill Sam will actually make it.
No, I really enjoyed this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and my goodness gracious, it's hard to describe because I think Andrew got closest with the acid trip idea. Whoever even thought of combining all these different things, I want to know their thought process and how and what they took to get their mind to grasp the idea.
What they took.
And I've seen this movie before, but watching it again today, there's so many great things to see in the background, so many different things to look. I mean, this is a movie you can rewatch and still see something new and interesting. There are a few problems, which I will mention later on when we get into the nitty gritty. But overall, this is a heck of a lot of fun. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm going to pretty much go see whatever Edgar Wright directs nowadays, because almost every single movie he's directed that I've seen, I've absolutely loved. So we'll see.
All right, right on.
Yeah. Yep. How about you, Sean?
Well, yeah, like I was just saying, I mean, this is only the second time I've seen this movie. And frankly, like when I watched it with Corny 7 years ago, I mean, I enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was original and clever. You're taking a very kind of simple idea of boy likes girl, boy has to win her heart, so to speak. And they portray it in the most unusual and frankly unique way I've seen on film in a long time. Because that's what makes movies really great is when they show you something a little different, and I have to credit because this is the same guy that directed Hot Fuzz, which we watched for the podcast a while ago, and he did the Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the World's End trilogy, and I loved Hot Fuzz.
But you still haven't seen The World's End, right?
Or I haven't seen that one or Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
and I need to, and I know it, and it's not because I don't want to. I just haven't. But I had such a blast with this time, and it was another one of those movies that caught me in the right mood. So, like the last 2 weeks of work have been kind of stressful and not great, and then along comes this kind of silly. I mean, I know we did Blazing Saddles the week before, so we're basically doing 2 kind of farcical movies in a row, which is fine, and we've done like hard R action flicks in a row multiple times. That's not a problem. But it just hit me in the right mood. So yeah, the bit when Knives comes over and he jumps through the window, which is like 1 foot tall by like 3 feet wide, and he fits. And the roommate says, "Oh, he just stepped out." Like And the play that was really clever because you see him, and then he like closes the door, and then the camera steps to the side just so we could see the window as he dives through it. And then the roommate, Macaulay Culkin's brother, says, "Oh, he just stepped out." And then you see him running. He reaches back in, grabs his hat and jacket, and then runs down the street. And she kind of notices. I mean, that stuff is clever. There was a lot of other really clever moments in the movie. But the other the other part that I thought was great, that was kind of an overarching kind of idea in the movie, is that Scott Pilgrim, for the most part, wins his battles because he's smarter and more clever than his opponent. It's very rare in any of them is he because he's a better fighter. Then another one, like he had to trick Superman with the soy milk, and he had to know
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, Super Saiyan. Yeah. Super Saiyan Superman. Level, I guess Super Saiyan level 1, really.
He didn't have any electricity, so it'd be 1.
Yeah. So anyway, there's your Dragon Ball Z reference for the episode. That was for you, Sam.
Thank you.
Because I know you never know what we're talking about when we talk about that. No, I just thought the movie was so clever and funny, and it like encapsulates this kind of. It was funny. The movie was made in 2010, but it had a feel of like the mid 90s, of that kind of grunge, whatever, I'm depressed kind of feel, like I know that we had a resurgence of that, and they referred to it as emo back in the mid aughts, with bands like My Chemical Romance and other things I can't think of, where your black makeup and stuff and whatever, and it doesn't matter, and everything's dark and blah 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 blah. And I just don't care.
My life sucks.
And what do you want to know? What sucks? What? Everything. And he turns the 8 sideways to the infinity. Like stuff like that was super clever. So no, I really enjoyed the hell out of this film, and I can't wait to really get into some of the things that I thought the movie did really well. Sorry, my cat, which isn't normally down here, she's kind of freaking me out.
Well, that cat's evil, so halfway in, halfway out.
What are you doing? She's like, my son has a pile of Legos on the floor down here, and she's just staring at him like, do I build a weapon to kill Sean, or do I eat them, or do I puke on them? I can't figure out which one to do. Anyway, I'm sorry.
All the above.
All the above.
It's a puking gun to recycle Legos into your eye sockets.
That sounds probably pretty accurate, actually, with my cat. Anyway, no. So this movie, not my cat, but this movie, totally forgot Anna Kendrick was in this, and she's great. And
I was thinking there were several kind of actresses that were kind of before they got big in this movie.
Yeah.
What was the girl from Parks and Rec or whatever? Was she in this?
Yeah,
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah. Her character cracked me up. Do you work everywhere? It's called an urban job.
How are you doing that with your mouth?
That was one of my favorite parts too. How are you doing?
She's great.
Oh man, she was so good.
I loved her in Parks and Rec. She's hilarious.
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't
got to see that.
I
never watched that one.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I'm sure it's great. I forgot she was in Monsters U too. Oh, she's in that new show Legion, the X-Men spinoff thing. Okay, neat. Anyway,
cool. But yeah, it was Chris Evans. This was pretty close to Captain America, wasn't it?
Ooh,
when was?
Oh, come on, really?
Hello.
When what?
Who is that? Me?
I don't know. If you're hearing it, then that's good. That means it's not just me.
Eh?
All right.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too.
Okay.
What are you hearing?
It's that little weird noise that was
little snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, but if you're all hearing it, then that's good because it means it's not just me. Then maybe it's a phone or something. All right, we're past. Anyway, sorry.
Okay.
At least we can't blame it on Skype this time.
No.
What was somebody saying about somebody? What?
Oh, Chris Evans. Was this before he got big?
Well, this was
after.
Yeah, this is post Fantastic Four, pre Captain America.
Okay.
because Iron
This
Man
is-
was 08.
In the process of getting bulked up.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, he had done Push at this point, which no one has seen, but I want to do for the show because I flippin' love that movie. Chris Evans, there he is. Yeah, Captain America was 2011. So he was.
Now, on the opposite end, you had the Macaulay Culkin guy who had been big in the early 90s with his Home Alone movies.
That's not the same dude.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's his brother.
That's his
Got to
brother.
be.
That's why I
Has to
said it's his brother.
Are they twins?
No. Have you seen what Macaulay Culkin looks like now? He doesn't look anything like that. He's all skinny and
Plastic
awkward.
surgery?
Well, no,
Well, it
it's
has been
'cause-
since what, 2010?
Drugs.
Yeah, it's drugs. He's he's in another world.
And puberty changes you.
Kieran Culkin is his name.
He's actually, I think, a better actor than Macaulay Culkin ever
I
would
mean,
have been.
he was in Home Alone, but not as Kevin McAllister.
He was the bed kid.
He was one of the brothers or something. Or
Fuller.
a cousin. Yeah.
That was his name.
Yeah.
I can't sleep
you
with
know
Fuller.
that?
Yeah, I love Home Alone. I can't sleep with Fuller. He wets the bed.
Yeah, he was the bed. He's the kid always drinking Coke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's basically known for Scott Pilgrim, honestly. He was a kid in some other movies, but for the most part, this is kind of it. So, not as famous as his brother, which is fine. Not everybody can be. So yeah, no, not the same dude. That's okay. This is our third Mary Elizabeth Winstead film.
That is correct.
And she would definitely be our North Carolina connection.
Mm-hmm.
Is she?
Yeah, she was born in Mount Pleasant. No, not Mount Pleasant. Rocky Mount. I knew it was Mount.
I was going to say Rockingham. I knew it was something rocky.
Yeah, she's born in Rocky Mount. So
You go over me.
North Carolina. We do education, politics, and other things great around here.
yeah,
And
and bathroom control, bathroom police. Sorry, couldn't do it. Couldn't help it. Anyway, so since we're kind of going down the list of fun cameos, Mae Whitman as Roxy Richter with her weird banter. She voices Katara in the Avatar: The Last Airbender
Really?
series. Yeah.
the movie?
No, not the movie. That was Chloe.
Oh, that
something.
great movie. That was such a good movie.
Fantastic
Sam,
movie.
Get the F out.
No, she voices she's the voiceover in the cartoon,
Oh.
which is actually fantastic.
What, the movie?
Again, the cartoon. I've said that 3 times now.
Sorry, I'm not listening to you.
I know you're not. You never do. Like, why should we be? I forgot Brie Larson was in this for some reason, and she is an Oscar winner, and she's going to be Captain Marvel in the Avengers: Infinity War and the
Which one is
Captain
she in
Marvel
this movie?
movie. She's
Oh,
Envy.
she was-
Envy. She's Envy Adams.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, so we got a lot of really good little good cameos there, which was great. Trying to think, Bill Hader as the voice.
Yeah, that was fun. So, like Sean said earlier, I've been watching commentary and other random things like that. So, after the first 5-6 times, I finally popped in the commentary disc the first time, and I realized that was Bill Hader. This was back when he's still doing Saturday Night Live stuff, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It didn't sound like him at all. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Who is he? Who's the voice? I forgot.
Bill Hader, he does the
Narrator.
Stefan character.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Right. Anyway, no good.
I'm trying to contain my nerd.
No, please
my nerd
let
boner
it
here.
out, man. You excuse me while you whip this out.
By the power invested in me by Governor Jay Lepedamine.
All right.
So this movie, as I'd like to go ahead and start this rambling love fest. For me, it's like the perfect video game movie, or perfect comic book movie. This is actually what I wish other movies would do. I know we've got the beauty that is Marvel and the shit pile that is DC, But in all honesty, it takes takes video game concepts and the comic concepts and integrates them, I think, incredibly well. And I know it's obviously more farcical than the Marvel and the DC stuff, but when you can punch someone and explode into coins and it still makes sense, I think you're doing something right.
No, yeah.
But then the great part about that is after the person explodes in the coins, the reality of this actually doesn't pay for what I need comes into play, and that's what I like about this movie.
Right.
I guess we'll talk about that more and more, but for every silly thing that happens, something reasonable happens right after it, and I love that, and it keeps that pretty accurate. But anyway, that's I guess I'll just throw my little interjection in there.
No, please. I want more of those. Sorry, I got to get back to my script here. Show notes. I love the intro cards for each person. Just like, again, it's like an RPG. Oh, by the way, I know people are probably listening going, you really, for the intro, you didn't cap the Universal Studios intro music? I did capture it. I have it. I didn't play it simply because I was kind of afraid that YouTube would kick us off for a copyright infringement. They've done it before, but just in case you were wondering, I got a little bit of it here. All right, there you go. So, I think that I might make that my ringtone for whenever one of you guys call. I like that idea.
I tried that; it really doesn't ring loud enough.
Doesn't work.
No, well, I mean it works.
I can signal boost some stuff, but anyway.
Oh, fun fact. They did that for a test audience, and people loved it so much they kept it. Because they totally had something. They were totally going to use the regular one or something else, and then they just did it as a test group. And
I don't know why, but I'm always a fan of when movies can integrate the title card of like the main production company within the movie
with something relating to the movie.
Yeah, like agreed. Armageddon, it shows it's Universal, and then the letters go by, and then 68 million years ago, a comet blew up the planet. Or Universal does the same one for Serenity, right? The words fly by, and then the spaceships come off the planet, and they do.
I like the one that they did with Pitch Perfect, and they the a cappella version. It was the same opening, but pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I wish I'd had that.
And the one they did with that porn at one time.
Oh,
we don't want to talk about that one.
Okay.
Just a big bag of dicks.
And there's some other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but
Universal Dildo Studios.
Yeah. But those are always great. I like that kind of stuff.
Wait, is that a real thing?
I made you think it was.
I'm a little nervous now.
Andrew, if your life had a face, I would punch it.
Nice. Right. Oh, the writing in the movie I think is just clever and funny, and because of stuff like that. Like, I was almost in tears when Scott is this mopey kid and he goes to the party to see the girl of his dreams, and he says, "Have you seen this girl?" And he pulls up a cardboard drawing that looks like what my son did. And he's like, "Have you seen this girl?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that's Ramona Flowers." And I'm like, "What is happening?" Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Just that, all that stuff I just thought was clever. The movie, I like movies that are clever like that. Which I've said 1,000 times. Not sure acoustic guitars sound like that, but okay.
Oh, you can.
I mean, I know you can put it.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Yeah.
So, in preparation of that, because I did my homework, I like to point you towards the guitar player for Cake, whose guitar is very, very crunchy like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know you can still put an acoustic through pedals. Just most reasons why you have an acoustic is to make it sound like an acoustic. I mean,
very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want it to sound different and distorted, then you buy an electric.
Yeah, but there's also that weird sound you get. It just depends. And they're an indie band, and they're also from Canada, so they know.
And maybe they couldn't afford it. Yeah, because he couldn't even afford the bus ride with the coins he got from defeating Patel. Weird. What? LOL. Weird with the laugh track. The Seinfeld bit
Seinfeld
was
bit?
one of probably my least favorite bits of the movie. Let me be honest with you.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
that actually took me out of the movie, which is I know hard to think about a movie where guys killing people with his forehead and making them burst into coins.
It didn't seem right. It did, if they would have used something from a video game or something like that, I don't know, but like the little dog laughing at him or something from Duck Hunt, or
I don't know. Yeah,
I got you.
Like because the whole movie we've established we're either a comic book world or video game world because they do things from both, or I guess an anime, and all of a sudden out of nowhere we get the bass rip from Seinfeld, and then people are laughing at things. I'm like, what? I remember even being confused when I saw it the first time with you, Corny, and it's still it's still a little jarring. Because it kind of comes out of nowhere.
I remember the look on your face when they were doing the scene where they're talking to Scott, and they go from the 3 scenes back to back where, what are we doing? And then all of a sudden they're outside.
Yeah.
And then you finish the statement, they're inside another building. And you looked at me like, what the hell just happened?
Right. And
speaking of that, there's a great video on YouTube by Nerd Writer who talks about the transitions in this movie and how great they are.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Edgar Wright is the master of transitioning, and not only transitioning to different things, but showing movement along with it. And it really is.
Oh yeah.
Pretty impressive. When you boil it down to those specific scenes of how he's able to do that and keep it coherent is just it's pretty amazing.
Oh no, you're definitely right. I mean that stuff. I always take flack for this, but I don't really care. I don't think I put it in my top 10. I can't remember, but it might be top 15, top 20 films of all time is The Fifth Element, and we did it for the show. And I know that I think Chad and Sam didn't like it, but one of my
it's not that we didn't like it. I don't think we just did. I don't think we loved it,
which is fine. Again, it's a weird movie, and though they're actually re-releasing it in theaters as part of a kind of let's gain excitement for the new Valerian movie that's coming out, which it's a Luc Besson film, or Besson because he's French. And
you're Luc Besson.
Anyway, I actually kind of want to go see it in the theater because that's.
I don't know.
What? You want to go see The Fifth Element in the theater?
Hey,
No, that's fine. I'm not asking you guys to go. I'm saying I might want to go. But my point is
showing those theaters down in your neck of the woods.
I don't know. It might not. It might not be hip enough. I will say this: I enjoyed the hell out of when the three of us. Sorry, Andrew. Went and saw Return of the King, the extended version in the theater. All 3.5 hours of that in a theater. That was fun as hell, but that was a long time to sit in a theater.
God, it was a rough night.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. We didn't know you yet, Andrew.
It's okay. I cry myself to sleep. It's all right.
That's okay. We actually did know you. I'm teasing. But
you know what sucks?
Everything. What was I saying? Oh, my point is that the transitions I like in The Fifth Element. Speaking of transitions, when we're getting two sides of the same story, so like it shows her and she says something. He goes, "What do you mean they're not there?" And then it shows. Then it goes over to Gary Oldman saying something like, empty, as in the opposite of full. And the guy says, "Well, where are they?" And then she explains where they are. And then he goes back to him, and like it kind of back and forth like that.
Oh yeah.
I thought that's really clever, which is one of the things I like about that movie. And that's not what this movie did, but that was what Sam was saying is that I think that the transitions are great because he's walking and all of a sudden, boom, you're into a new place. And it didn't matter. We didn't need to see what happened between them and there. And the fact that he basically finishes a sentence and, hours have passed, it didn't matter. It was still kind of funny. What are we doing? We're going out, Scott. And then all of a sudden they're out. Where are we going? We're going to the party. Why? And then they're in the party. What am I doing here? Like, it's like he's not even aware of the passage of time almost, which is kind of funny. I love that.
Yeah, well, and on that same note, Sean, a movie that I really enjoyed, the Moulin Rouge movie, kind of has this frenetic feel to it as well. but it loses it over the course of the movie, and by the end, it's not as, I don't know if they just lost steam or what, but this movie kept that energy all the way from the beginning all the way to the end, and it was just a complete complete drug-filled hypnotic vision that I just, it blows you away if you're not expecting it.
Prepare for the League of Evil Exes.
I loved Chris Evans' voice.
That voice was incredible. No, you don't know about it? No, it's okay, bro. I'll get you up. Boom.
Well, it was funny because when he was going to help him up, he got rid of the voice. Oh, man, I'm sorry. You're right. Hey, let's go get a coffee. Really? No. And then he turns back into Hulk Hogan. Andrew, I saw that you
sorry, Sam became several characters for me. He was Lucas Lee for a while after he punches Scott again. And then and then he became Jason Schwartzman's character, Getting Graves at the end. Just, and a guy who means well, but then does like something evil, just out of spite.
Wait, who? Whose character?
G-Man at the end. I was thinking
G-Man,
Sam.
yeah.
Several. I kept saying Sam, and he's
right.
He's wrong.
I couldn't remember who he was. Have we seen
I
him
put
before?
chips in all of my girlfriend's necks.
Oh, sure. Is that how? That's how you got Kimberly to
Hey, when
marry
he was
you.
early. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just making fun of him.
So you want to hear something creepy?
Sure.
The comic book plot was actually to kidnap Ramona and make her part of his frozen girlfriend collection. So
no, that's
glad
creepy.
we didn't see that.
Yeah, that is creepy. Andrew, you unmuted
Frozen.
yourself a few minutes ago, didn't you? What were you going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then chime back in if you remember.
Good talk.
Yeah, it's good talking with you, pal.
Yeah, just suck it, Sean.
Oh, sorry.
I was at a bus stop and I saw a cat.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Mark that off on your bingo cards, folks.
Yeah. I don't know if that one would make it or not. Maybe. I don't know. I did write. It just hit me that Scott has to fight Captain America, Superman, and Katara from Avatar. And then I wrote that. And then he also has to fight the string instrument guys from Kung Fu Hustle. That part reminded me of that.
Now I will say that was the one fight I was like, it didn't live up to my expectation.
I wish it would have been longer. But...
Well, it's just like, these types of movies, each fight should subsequently be harder and harder and harder. And it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed easy to beat them, especially being twins.
Yeah.
I think two people.
I think they were just trying to move the movie along.
Yeah.
And get to the boss.
Yeah, it was a lot of sub bosses. I don't know. I kind of thought it was neat, but I mean, I like the idea, and again, that reminded me a lot of the Kung Fu Hustle bit. But I mean, it didn't bother me. I thought it was kind of cool, but maybe a little more. I don't know. It just seems strange that this little indie punk band could summon the gremlin to defeat
the mighty Uzuru.
Yeah, actually, to eat the dragon. And it was interesting that it had the dragons, like the things that they had created actually had weight and mass, and that when they crashed on them, it actually killed them. I just thought that was really interesting.
Out of curiosity, Sam, because the comic version is that Scott actually fights both of them. They kick his ass because they captured Alison Pill's character,
the drummer. Yeah.
So they've got her kidnapped and whatnot, and he goes to save her, and they kick his ass, and then she says that Ramona has actually disappeared at this point, so like she's been gone for a while. Would you have rather seen, I guess, another scene where he gets his ass kicked? Because we just had that with
Brandon Routh's character,
with Brown and Routh, and so I think it's kind of a good idea that they didn't do that, based on the fact that he's already got his ass kicked once.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I mean, maybe I was just expecting fighting, not music fighting. I don't know. It it always throws me in a different angle with that one.
That's true. I can see that.
Like, I mean, there's basically sometimes I have a hard time in the Scott Pilgrim world knowing what the rules are.
There are no rules.
Yeah,
and it's a little hard to figure out. Okay, I guess bands can kill each other with music.
Well, it is Battle of the Bands,
but,
I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. It throws me the wrong way. Not that it's bad. It's just that if it came earlier in the fights, it might have worked better.
True.
Like if same thing with the Chris Evans death. I thought was way too easy. I just think it should have been harder to kill someone like him.
Well, like I said, Michael Cera had to outwit, and he basically knew his weakness. He's a vain, arrogant SOB, and he knew that he could trick him into doing this thing that would probably kill himself if all he had to do was say, "There are girls watching," and then he's, "Oh, somebody give me
that
my
doesn't
board."
scream Sam. I don't know what does.
Yeah, so I didn't have a problem with that. Because he did get his butt kicked, and I thought it was really funny when he gets punched and he crashes through the fake background of the New York skyline. That's kind of a joke at the fact that like every movie that's actually supposed to be New York is filmed in Toronto, which I thought was pretty funny. So, yeah, that stuff didn't bother me because you're gonna get plenty of actual fighting later in the movie. I mean, even the Patel fight was pretty good. I mean, that one started off pretty strong. So if each one was, super intense, I think they were going to run out of ideas eventually. One of the things that this movie does for me, like a lot, is that it proves that you can make an anime in real life and make it work.
No, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I mean, why do we have to have shit films like the Dragon Ball movie when you can make this movie? I mean, you've proven that you can make that movie work and do wire work and flying and running with your arms outstretched and have your eyes smoke and things like...
And make it look cool.
Right. Yeah.
There's a coolness factor to this entire movie that's like, I don't know how Edgar Wright did it, but he made this wimpy little kid, look like someone who can beat up a Chris Evans.
Right. And vegan police. Sorry. I'm just cruising through the IMDb page of basically people who were cameos, and the vegan police guy cracked me up. Which, by the way, not the Punisher guy who was the vegan police, but the other guy next to him who reads off the laundry list of crimes. He's our Star Trek connection, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I didn't know where he was from.
We've seen him more recently in the Pacific Rim. He was the guy behind the big desk that pushed all the buttons that made the Gypsy Danger go from digital to analog, things like that.
Damn right.
One of the other things I really liked about the movie, and not just a specific part, but like as a theme, is that they're making fun of hipsters. They're making fun of several groups of people in this movie, which I think is great. And one of them is the hipsters, right? Like when they get finished seeing the Natalie, whatever,
the Clash of Demon Head.
The Clash of Demon Head, and the guy says they're better live. Like that's such a hipster thing to say. And then you have
you got Como at
yeah.
And he's all his bits.
Theater. Yeah, he's the thing because he says two different things. What I think he once says is like,
the comic book is better.
The comic book is better, which is making fun of this movie.
Yeah. And then their first album is better than their first album.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, their first album. Yeah, again, such hipster things to say, and of course we have to go to a CD shop, or they have to go to a Starbucks. I mean, like everything in this movie is just kind of making fun of hipster guys, and I think that's great. I mean, not so much as like making straight fun of dirty hippies,
Are you having a get off my lawn moment?
No. Technically, all of us except Sam are millennials. So I mean, I can't even really say dirty millennials
I'm
because
an
we're.
Xer.
Yeah, you're a Gen Xer, but the rest of us are millennials. Believe it or not.
Yeah,
That
you
sounds
jerks.
dirty. I'm an Xer.
You coffee drinking,
Don't drink coffee.
mustache,
Don't have one
Nerf
of those.
herder.
goat having.
What did you say? Goat
Sauce.
having? Did you say I had
Millennial trash.
Your internet broke up. Did you say I have a goat?
I believe that was Corny that's called you a goat herder.
Oh,
No, I said Nerf herder.
he said nerf herder. You
Nerf
said
herder.
mustache
The nerf is
wearing
near.
goat having.
Goatee having.
Okay.
Oh, goatee having. I was like,
I could have swore I heard the word goat too.
yeah, I was like, where are you going with the goat, Sam? Let's make sure we're still keeping this.
I mean, when you say goat, that gets Andrew going.
Oh no. Nice. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you millennials are all ruined.
Stop it. Oh my god.
Ruined, I tell you, ruined. Get off my yard.
Yeah, you.
So
dirty-
that is spelled R-U-I-N-T, right? Because I did that meme earlier. I just want to make sure it's right.
Yeah, you're ruined.
Oh, that's great. Vegan police. I love that they're making fun of vegans, which is great. He's a vegan, so basically he's better than you. Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm not gonna lie. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian who listens to the show, that's great. You do your
I
thing.
can't believe you made it so long. Good for you.
I have no problem with people who are that, but I get annoyed, and I'm glad I don't really have these types of people in my life because I would excommunicate them from my life immediately if they always talked like what movies make them out to be. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, movies and TV make vegans and vegetarians out to be like, just because I'm eating a hamburger, that means that you have to hate me or something like that. You know, like they always have this air of I'm better than you because I'm not eating anything that had a face or something.
Yeah.
And I love that they're making fun of it. So he gets special powers because he's a vegan and he's better than you. That just cracked me up. I just love it. And Corny, I have to ask, did it kind of annoy you when he starts the bass off and the letter D is flying by, but he's not hitting a D
It was
note?
immediately. We talked about that as soon as the first time we watched this. I was like, "That's not a D."
Yeah, it's a B. And I even went as far as I think I went upstairs and grabbed my tuner from my euphonium and came down and was like, "Oh yeah, you're right, it's a B." And then you're like, "Actually, it's a B plus a couple of cents." Anyway, perfect pitch and things.
Oh,
It happens.
so speaking of music stuff, actually, considering that I'm just in love with this movie in general, I'm actually really impressed that everybody who played an instrument had to learn how to play said instrument.
Yeah, right.
And I actually was like, I mean, it's going well beyond because we've seen tons of movies. I mean, hell, Blazing Saddles last week got a trombone player playing stuff, just moving the slide up and down. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Of course, that was 40 years in the past, but
Yeah, but people still
Yeah,
fake stuff
trombones
like
have
that.
changed since then.
no,
No, they haven't.
other than the addition of a bell
Yeah,
some several years ago.
or some
No,
of them have valves for some weird reason, but yeah.
No, but I thought it was really impressive that they did that. And so, people playing instruments in the scene were actually playing that instrument.
And Scott Cera isn't Scott Cera or Michael Pilgrim. He,
That's the name of this episode.
yeah.
Not Sarah or Michael.
He's an actual exceptional bass player. So like he could actually play the bass, and so some of the trivia I was reading is that he actually kind of had to like dumb it down for the rest of the guys in the band because he was outshining them basically. Which is funny. I think it's funny. No, you're not wrong, Corny, and Sam and Andrew will agree. I think because all four of us are music people. Whenever we see bad music in movies, we all cringe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
direction. With directors, you could always tell when someone's directing a band and they don't know what they're doing.
Right, when they got some actor that was never in music and they're just flapping their arms, and it's like,
I think the thing that bothers me the most is we, as musicians, are cheap enough that we would be consulted for free.
right,
Yes.
yeah.
Let me show you how to conduct a 3.
Yeah, yeah. Let me show you how to do it, and then,
or at least the downbeat. Let's get the downbeat right.
but it makes you sad to
from
think
there.
that there isn't one music nerd on a film set that couldn't just say. I mean, in Hollywood, maybe things are so structured that intern guy doesn't get a chance to jump up and say, "This isn't how you would do it." But
Yeah.
I mean, on the local small shit that I've worked on, if we ever would have had something like that, I would have been like 100%. That's wrong. But anyway, it's fine. Whatever. There are very few movies that get it right. Mr. Holland's Opus got it right. That's about it.
I had a question for Andrew.
August Rush didn't do bad either. Go ahead.
That's true.
Corny.
So how much do you remember that wonderful 2000 movie, Drumline?
Oh.
You had Orlando Jones conducting. I watched that in the theater with my friend Brian, and as soon as that came on, he looked at me, and apparently I almost vomited. It was quite honestly one of the worst things ever.
And didn't that a lot of kids would go see that, and that's what they expected in band?
Yeah.
Yes.
They'd get to band and be like, "Man, this is."
Yeah, and I don't have to learn how to read music, and
I could just listen. I was a percussion instructor, which again I don't know why. For like a couple years after that, and it was like pulling teeth. Like, guys, you got to be able to read the music you put in front of you.
Yeah.
No, we'll just listen to you play it, and then we'll learn it that way. I was like, no, that's not how it works.
No.
They're like, oh yeah, it works that way. I'm like, no,
we'll just make it up.
Oh, we'll just make it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that very thing. So I wasn't in. Sorry, I ran sound for a local Christian rock band with our good friend Steve Everett. Nice
name drop, damn.
Yeah, Steve Everett. I was the sound guy for the band that he was in with some other friends, and where was I going with this? Shit.
This old man moment.
Wow. I was the old man.
I got totally distracted by Sam's Facebook thing that he just sent. What were we literally just talking about? Why would I bring up Steven? I don't even know.
Directing.
This is awful.
Wow.
All right.
Mr. Oh, crap. I gotta go back and listen to the audio. What were we talking about? Oh my gosh.
Drumline.
That's it. Drumline. That's the thing. So we had a guy in the band. His name was Chris, and he was the lead guitar player. And Chris was the drummer in the Drumline at his high school and could not read music. Legit couldn't read music, and he was the lead guitar player in the band. And so the way that they would teach him the song is, you know how in that movie where Nick Cannon can like slow down the beats and stuff in his mind? Chris could do that. Mm-hmm. Like legit. Like he could watch YouTube hadn't been invented yet, but let's say someone took a video camera to a concert and it just showed the guy's hands playing the guitar. He could look at it once and then play it note for note. And I remember being at a practice back when I would actually go to their practices for whatever reason. They would say, "Hey, Chris, we need you to play a third here." He was like, well, "I don't know what that means." "Oh, sorry, play harmony." Okay. Like he knew what a harmony meant, but he didn't know what a third or a fifth or any of that stuff was. So anyway, it does exist, but the point is that movie sucks. Anyway, sorry. Jeez. Okay, so we're here. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Corny, I'm going to hijack your show for just a minute. So speaking of music, whenever I hear a soundtrack, a film soundtrack that is so close to another movie that I consider it kind of a ripoff, I have to say something. I feel obligated. That's not a word. Obligated or honor bound. Jeez, I'm tired, guys. Been in the car for 6.5 hours today. To say something. So Sam and I, and of course everybody else, we all love the movie How to Train Your Dragon, right? Fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. And John Powell, the composer, should have won an Oscar for that film. It was wonderful. I've said that many times. Yeah. And so just in case you've forgotten what that is, let's just take a moment to remind ourselves how great that film, that score is. Right? Mm-hmm. That wasn't How to Train Your Dragon. This is How to Train Your Dragon. So I'm going to play it one more time. The other one.
Well, see, now that wasn't a dotted 8/16. That was a straight eighth note. So
Yeah, that's
not a ripoff.
Yeah, that's basically the that's what Vanilla Ice said about what's his name?
Under Pressure and Baby.
All that stuff,
this
right?
Is da 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 versus da da da.
Yeah, and he lost.
Really? Yeah, one note.
So, How to Train Your Dragon, however, is 17 or so years newer than that movie. The movie that I just played, the first one, that one, that's from Space Jam.
Huh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was watching, that movie was on in the night. I was watching it with my wife, and it's when Bill Murray comes in to save the day, and they need Michael to do the big dunk at the end, and that music played, that rip played right when Murray passes him the ball to do the dunk, and I'm like, we both looked up from our tablets and said, holy shit, that's from How to Train Your Dragon. So either John Powell is a fan of that movie and decided to take a little bit of a little rip off there, or maybe he's just a total coincidence, but yeah. So anyway, I had to play it, so there you go.
Man, what if we got John Powell fired from other...
Well, I still say the most egregious is the Pirates of the Caribbean ripoff of Gladiator. I mean, that is quite literally note for note. So if you don't know what I'm talking about,
Hans Zimmer?
No. So Hans wrote. As soon as I said Hans, I want to go Booby. That's from Die Hard. He did Gladiator. Klaus Bladelt, who is kind of a Hans protege, did Pirates. And then when Disney was like, hey, Hans, we want you to do the rest of the films because these movies are going to make a lot of money, then they brought him on to do the rest. So it's fine. Anyway, back to this movie. I'm actually kind of running out of my show notes. Corny, is there anything else you want to talk about before I do clips?
Okay. So, well...
Oh, yeah. I did ask.
A quick rundown of each Evil X.
Okay.
So I did find it interesting, and I didn't really notice it the first two times I watched it, even though I should have. But there is a number indication of every X in every scene somewhere. And the idea of the sexy phase still makes me laugh out loud every time I get to the scene.
My question
about a sexy phase.
My question is, did she orgasm to death?
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Nice.
That is not an opinion. That is exactly what happened.
From the back of her knee?
Yeah. So it turns out that scene was actually an amalgamation of new creation, and it was actually Scott. So the original scene in the comic book is Brie Larson's character Envy fighting Ramona, and Scott knew about that, so he does the poke thing. And another great thing about all these fight scenes, they rip panels exactly the same way they happen. So where Scott, lifts up his finger and pokes Roxy in the back of the leg, it's the same thing where he pokes Envy in the back of the leg in the comic book. So yes, orgasm and exploded. Yes, that is exactly what happened.
This is why I've only had like 3 girlfriends, because 2 of them
exploded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a service to society to not off too many more, right?
That's right.
And one last thing.
You're pretty high on yourself if you're saying you're making girls orgasm to death. Let's just be honest with you. Most men don't know how to do that.
I mean, I ain't most men.
You're right.
Anybody want to go down the lane of how much people cost?
How much people? Oh, how much money that they when they burst in the coins?
Yeah.
Are you in the human trafficking? What's going on?
I was like, what?
Well, this is Cheap Seat Reviews. We got to make our money somehow.
Oh wow!
So,
Lord, this just got weird.
I'm terrible. All right, so Matthew Patel was $2.40.
Right.
And then Lucas Lee didn't see the amount of money, but he got 2,000 points.
I thought you were pulling this up from like some. I'm going to have to find out. There's got to be an actual
money amount. Yeah,
Don't
I'm
you
looking
think?
for that. I couldn't find it. I've been searching for that while doing this podcast.
Oh, okay. Because each one basically is 1,000 points in relationship to which ex they are.
True, but it's actually okay. I'll give you the graphic book. Okay, I'll do that one. So Matthew Patel was actually $2.10 in the book. Lucas Lee actually ends up being almost $14. Roxy Richter doesn't do that, but he gains like his little power of love sword or some other crap like that.
Scott has learned the power of love, or achieved the power of love.
Yes, and then maybe she costs $24.95. Not quite sure. The Katayanagi twins. Kyle was $79.95. Ken was $74.95. He got a twin bonus for $2 for defeating both of them. Nega Scott, you just had to deal with that. And Gideon Graves
just go and hang out. He's just a cool dude.
$7,770,777.
That's funny.
Wow.
Oh, wait. Did I find it? No. Never mind. I thought I found it. Oh yeah, I found. Oh, it just says unknown. Gideon was $35.95. Nega Scott would have been $12.60. Kyle and Ken. Okay. Kyle was $14.95. Ken is $18.95. Did you just read these?
I was looking at the graphic novel side of it, but yeah, I see where you are.
Roxy Richter was $24.95.
Todd Ingram, I skipped him. $15.95. Plus,
Winfred
in the comic, he got an extra life.
He got $15.95 extra life. Envy was $2.60. Oh, he kills Envy? Ooh.
that's what I'm saying when they replaced Remote or Roxy Richter for Envy in the
nice. $2.50. And then Lucas Lee is $13.95. You also get a mithril skateboard, which is a joke. It disappears before the players can even touch it. That's mean. It's obviously from the game. That's actually from the video game. Anyway,
because in the book, Scott can't use. He gets the skateboard and he can't use it.
That's hysterical.
Unlike another great thing about that, because in other video games, everything you get, you can use.
I need to forward you, and you all appreciate this. It's like 100 video game logic bits. It's really funny. It's like falls from gets burned to death, can be revived by defibrillator. Things like that. So, cool. All right. Anything else?
No.
You sure?
Huh? I think we're good.
Tropes, I just wrote video game, comic, and anime. That's all I wrote, because what else can you write? All right, here we go. Not tropes. Clippy time. Clippy clip. I'm going to play this just one more time, because this is fun. Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Did you guys hear anything?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Oh, shoot, there it is. That's why. I got real scared. Okay, clip one. Not clip one, but there's this. Okay, sorry, I had to. All right, clip number one.
Hey, Nav. This is my cool gay roommate, Wallace Wells.
Hi.
He's gay.
Oh, do you want to know who my class is gay?
Yes. Does he wear glasses? Wallace.
I love the fact that he has to share a bed with his gay roommate. Oh, that's too funny. And again, they're kind of making fun of gays, which is really funny because all he wants to do is, like, movies always portray gays as just all they want to do is just meet dudes and have sex. Like, that's all they want to do.
Have you heard I think it was Louis C.K. talk about I think it was him, some comedian talk about his experience with a gay guy. He said, I knew this guy was trying to screw me. And he said, by the end of the story, he's like, so what it boils down to is there was once a gay guy.
All right. I like his bit about airplanes. He has a good bit about airplanes. Scott Pilgrim, backstory. I forgot what this means. Again, I pulled these clips like 4 days ago. So here we go. Backstory.
And you definitely don't want to listen to them.
Oh, I heard them so much.
Yeah, I hearted them too until they signed to a major label and the lead singer turned into a total bitch and ruined my life forever, but that's just me.
All right. Backstory. I wrote fake high school girlfriend. Gee, I wonder what this is.
Then you should break up with your fake high school girlfriend.
I've never been so sure about something.
Then you should break up with your fake high school girlfriend.
What's that?
You should break up with fake.
I'm not getting it, friend.
You're thinking of juggling two chicks.
Not even.
Well, you should break up with your fake high school girlfriend.
Wait, who told you?
Wallace, duh.
He's not even conscious.
Whatever.
And like
Because even do that.
And like the other thing that's funny is we've already heard it several times even in these clips where like motions are given noises. So like in this,
Hey, no, he's gay.
Oh, do you want to know who my class is gay?
nope, I missed it. Sorry, here it is.
This is my cool gay roommate, Wallace Wells.
Hi.
Like the noise of the car, there's not a car driving by, it's him waving. So like when she says the whole bit about the girlfriend, you hear the cash register in the background, it's just him looking at Wallace. And they do that throughout the whole movie, and it's fantastic. I love it. What's the web address for Amazon.co? Or CA. Anyway.
Yeah.
Amazon.co.
Oh, sorry. I did want to say this one fact. The scene where he does the signature and tosses the box.
Yeah.
Signature is fake. However, it takes 39 times on that take.
Yeah.
But he actually does throw it over his head into the trash can.
Yeah.
Like that's a real shot.
I'm trying to think if you stole that from my trivia. Yep, you did. Thanks.
Did not steal it from your trivia.
No, but it's in my trivia, so I just have to scratch that one off because Corny's a bastard. All right, here we go. Number 3. Or number 4.
Hey, so can this not be a one-night stand? For one thing, I didn't even get any. That was a joke. What did you have in mind?
That's funny. Because, one night stand of things.
Dude, I don't know what would have happened if that would have happened. Like you're sitting in bed with the chick and she's, it's like, oh Lord, no more. And you're like, okay, sure. I think my brain would have melted.
Yeah, you would have just rage quit like her.
Rage quit.
Yeah. Once again, Sam's Valentine side comes to the front. Corny, which band is the one you don't like to be in? Which is the one that you're always complaining about? It's not Black Coffee. Which is the one you're always complaining about?
I think they all listen. So.
So never mind then. If they all listen, then this has nothing to do with you.
He actually enjoys all of them a lot.
Okay, so then, so actually we'll do this one because Sam is a sound guy at his church. Here we go. This is what the choir said about Sam one time.
Is this a nightmare? Wake up.
Once we're on stage, you'll be fine.
We were just on stage for sound check, and the sound guy hated us.
There we go. I just wanted to make fun of somebody. Yes, the sound guys have opinions. Just to be honest with you.
Yes, that is true.
Just not relevant ones, apparently.
No, we don't. No one cares about our opinions.
No one cares. No.
Can you do? This is how we kill Chris. This is how we kill Captain America.
You are a pretty good actor.
I'm going for the Oscar this year.
By the way, this is like almost a minute, but I just wanted to get as much of Chris Evans talking as I could.
Mm-hmm.
But are you a pretty good skater?
I'm more than pretty good, S.A. I have my own skate company.
Can you do a thingy on that rail?
It's called a grind, bro.
So can you do a grindy thingy now?
Are you serious? There are like 200 steps and the rails are garbage.
Well, hey, if it's too hardcore.
You really think you can goad me into doing a trick like that?
There are girls watching.
Somebody get me my board.
That's just like the way he talked. Oh, it was good. Mae Whitman being really ridiculous.
Punch me in the boob. Prepare to die, obviously.
Look, I've had it today. Can we not do this right now?
Oh, I'd love to postpone, darling, but I just cashed my last rain check.
What's that from?
My brain!
Well, I'm really, really not up for this, whatever it is.
Okay, little chicken. I'll see you later. But you won't see me. Because next time, I'll be deadly serious next time.
What?
Never mind!
Bam.
Yeah. I liked her. She made me laugh, and all I could think of is Katara. We mentioned this earlier. One of my favorite bits of the movie.
So, what can I get you?
Is there anywhere you don't work?
They're called jobs, something a ball like you wouldn't know anything about. And by the way, I can't believe you asked Ramona out after I specifically told you not to do that.
How are you doing that with your mouth?
Never mind how I'm doing it. What do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, that's my favorite. That's the best.
And you didn't even have to reach to tell it yourself.
I know, right? Yeah, they did it for me. Last clip. Here we go. Sorry, I knew I clapped it a lot, but it's a comedy. You got to.
You know how long it took to get all the evil exes' contact information so I could form this stupid league? Like 2 hours. 2 hours.
There we go.
All right, so I'm going to ask, did anybody hear what I just heard?
Yes, I heard it too. I hope
I was trying to hold back my laughter. I hope it comes out in the wash.
I do too.
What just happened?
You just pulled
You
a
had
Sam.
a butt moment.
Sorry, you had an Andrew moment there.
Yes, you did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Google Hangout screwed up. I don't think it's going to go in the recording, though.
Oh, I hope it does.
I hope it does. Because
Well, we all three heard it, so.
Well, yeah, but my microphone goes straight into the recording, right into GarageBand before it goes to you guys.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
God, that'd been great.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you guys were all laughing. I'm like, this wasn't that funny. Here we go.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Sorry, I meant to play this.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
There we go.
I call bull.
Okay. All right. Anna Kendrick, as the character of Stacy Pilgrim, wears the actual name badge of the real-life Stacy, on whom the comic creator Brian Lee O'Malley based the character. In one of the DVD commentaries, Kendrick specifically asked that someone add this trivia to IMDb. Just thought that was funny. We already talked about the package being thrown in the thing in the 30 takes. Edgar Wright stated that this movie was done in the style of a musical, but instead of the characters breaking into song and dance, they break into fight. The battle between Scott Pilgrim and Matthew Patel is done in the style of Bollywood fight scene. When Ramona asks Scott how old Knives is, the roulette wheel in his mind has the following choices. She's nobody. She's 40. Idiot. No speaka English. Wins dinner. Tell Pac-Man story. No, you are. Pass out. It was nothing. Who, her, and I gotta pee. Of course, he says, I have to pee on her. To avoid an R rating, the F-bomb was said by... To avoid an R rating, the F word said by Envy to Julie had to be bleeped out because Scott Pilgrim calls Todd Ingram a cocky cock earlier in the film. So apparently if you use cocky cock, you can't use an F-bomb because that sucks up
Well,
your...
isn't there like a you can do one thing and then that's it?
Yeah,
So
like
I
he's
think
like
cocky
you can
cock
use
would have been
you can show a boob or the F-bomb, but apparently cocky cock is part of the the fact that I've said it 3 times, I don't know, is that going to give us an explicit tag? I don't know.
We might want to,
I'm not going to bleep those out.
Make sure we don't have any questions. Cocky cock. That makes 4, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm not bleeping that at all. The stunt doubles for Lucas Lee are the actual stunt doubles for actor Chris Evans.
That actually blew my mind. I was like, he has an Asian dude as a stunt double? That's awesome.
That's fantastic. I love it. I even let him stay in for the wide shots. In the battle scene, the graphics, I already said that. Yeah, I already said that one. Here we go. So I'm not going to do the recasting game because, frankly, this movie's pretty close to perfect.
It's perfect.
Just going to say.
I can't even imagine somebody other than Michael Cera.
Yeah, I
Scott
think
Pilgrim.
no, you're right. I think it's great, and in fact, it makes me want like just people who made Dragon Ball go watch this movie. You know how to just do what they did anyway. Or Avatar, same thing. M. Night Shyamalan, you ruined my childhood. Go fix it.
He did actually.
It's not even my childhood; it's my college years because Avatar came out in 2004. I'm actually rewatching all of that on DVD with Declan, and it's still fantastic. I still laugh. And cry. I cried at the bit where I'm supposed to cry. I don't care. I don't care.
Did you get sand in your?
No, the cartoon again, Sam. I don't know why you keep making the joke. The movie's terrible. You know that I hated it. Didn't you go watch it with us?
Yeah, in High Point.
Yeah, and we all hated it. We saw it Black Friday, and it truly was.
I just call it.
If I remember right, you
thanks, Corny.
You were giddy with excitement after that movie.
No, I wasn't. Stop it. I wanted it to be good. It was so bad. So bad. That movie makes me so angry. Like, if it ever came on streaming, I wouldn't do it for this show because it'd make me too mad. This podcast would be an hour and a half of me just ranting how bad the movie is and how mad I am at it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, I'm saying that wouldn't be fun to listen to. As much as it's fun to listen to me get all hot and bothered.
Wait, what?
What? Nothing.
Ding gets it.
So now we're doing our top three, right? Yeah, that's right. That's time for that. So I have a top three. Actually, didn't we change? So top three is no longer. So I thought we changed that. So I'm actually going to move that out of the way so I don't click on it again. And I think we said it's now going to be.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
There we go. There it is. I have to ask. I don't remember. Why won't you?
I thought that was our out of 10 now.
Is that what our out of 10 is? I should label these. Okay, then it's this.
I don't remember.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Either way, it could be. These all could work. So
yeah, they're all nice.
I'll relabel them. But my point is, what is my point? I don't know what my point is. Well, my point is, it's time for our top three. And we decided to do kind of cameos because this movie is full of cameos. So, Andrew, your top three cameos.
Okay. I have a few honorable mentions. Huey Lewis in Back to the Future.
Nice.
Bob Barker in Happy Gilmore.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The price is wrong,
bitch.
Number 3, Sean Connery in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I must kiss the bride.
That was pretty good.
I was about to say, was that Sean?
Yeah, that was me.
Bad.
Oh my gosh,
Wasn't bad.
But again, I'm quoting I'm quoting an actual line that I've heard.
That?
No, I haven't. It's again, I can quote. It's the pigs in the blanket.
I mean, I didn't even hear the pigs in a blanket.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I can say that because I've heard it 115 times because I've seen that movie so many times. It's actually streaming, and I kind of want to do it for the show, just so we can hear Kevin Costner not do an English accent. But yeah, he says at the end. Anyway, so yeah, Sean Connery, good.
That was number 3. Number 2, Danny Glover in Maverick.
Oh, that's such a good one. They look at each other.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that one.
And then he says, "Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit." Yep.
And then number 1's kind of a twofer.
No.
But we have...
Is it their summer twofers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good callback. Good job, Sam.
You're welcome.
You win the show.
Yeah, the reason this is my favorite cameo is because I never knew this is who this was until about a month or two ago. But in the movie Hook, Glenn Close plays a pirate. And it's a pirate that is on screen. And I've always thought, man, that looks like like someone in drag. But I always just assumed it's a really effeminate man. And a month ago, I was reading something, and I realized that Glenn Close was the pirate that Captain Hook is speaking to about, someone here does not belong. That's her.
Oh, my gosh. It's the one that goes in the boo box.
Yeah. So that's Glenn Close. And then the other...
That is fantastic.
The other cameo in that movie is Phil Collins as the inspector at the house, the police inspector.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Phil Collins and Cook. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. There he is. That's so funny. I would never have guessed that because honestly, I don't know what Phil Collins looks like. But Glenn Close is fantastic. Thank you. Those are way better than mine, as they usually are. Corny.
All right, so my number 3 is going to go to Neil Patrick Harris and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Right. But as Neil Patrick Harris too.
But yeah, as Neil Patrick Harris.
It's him. Yeah.
My number 2 is Ben Affleck and Matt Damon and Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Because you have one, you got to have the other.
Got to have the other one.
All right, and then my number 1, just because when I saw it, I immediately laughed to tears. Was Chuck Norris in Dodgeball.
Right.
Because the movie was already stupid enough. And then, of course, at the end, and then, which I get my favorite line from that movie, effing Chuck Norris.
Right.
Yeah, if Sean will ever watch those movies.
No, I've not seen it. It's okay. Sam.
It's Dodgeball. You can forgive Ben Stiller for Dodgeball.
Yes.
One of these days I'll watch it. I mean, I'll probably watch it because he's the bad guy, so.
Yeah, I'll take Will Ferrell in Wedding Crashers.
All right.
Mom, the meatloaf.
I also had to put Neil Patrick Harris and Harold and Kumar in pretty much every movie, right?
Yeah.
It's every Harold and Kumar movie he shows up. And then a plethora of cameos by Tim Robbins, Ben Stiller, and Luke Wilson in Anchorman, the first one.
Mm-hmm. All right, right on. What did I write? Oh, number 3, John Hurt in Spaceballs.
Nice. Didn't he say not again?
Yeah, the thing happened. He's like, oh, not again. Gene Hackman in Young Frankenstein. Right. And number 1 is, it made me laugh, was Bill Murray in Zombieland. So,
yeah, I knew you were going to say that, so I left that one.
Yeah, because I kind of said it in pre-show, but still, it makes me laugh. And then he gets shot, and he's like, I deserve that. Anyway, there you go. There's your cameos. That's it. Time for out of 10. Cool. Let's do it. Out of 10, I have music for that now. So out of 10 is now this.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
There you go. It's written down, so that's what it's going to be. And I almost said Chad. Andrew, sorry.
God rest his soul.
Well, it's because right underneath.
Wait, what's supposed to happen?
I have.
It was a different time.
So that's why I had Chad on my brain.
That's fair. Joe Pesci, by the way, we almost missed that.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Andrew, you're out of 10, sir.
Oh, yes. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie a lot and more than I expected to. I didn't know why I enjoyed it, even after I watched it all the way through, but I enjoyed it. And now, after talking about it, I think I understand that if you want to feel like you have done a lot of drugs, watch Scott Pilgrim.
I think there are better movies for that particular one. Like, go watch the cartoon version of Alice in Wonderland if you want to be on an acid trip. Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, I love that one.
I mean, that murderer?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, always seems strange.
So I'm going to give this one a, let's say a 7.8.
Okay.
Out of 10.
7.8. Got it. All right. Corny, 10?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Bread makes you fat.
Oh, right. I was trying to remember the quote. I was like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
I thought my Google Hangout went out on me there for a second.
No. Sam.
I'm going to give this it's a heck of a fun movie. 8 swords in the chest out of 10.
Okay. 8 swords in the chest. All right. Right on.
Fun. Fun.
Yeah, I had a good time with this. Again, hit me in the right moment. I thought all the jokes were really funny. Really, the only bit that I didn't like, I think, still for me, is the Seinfeld bit. I love that they're
doing comedy. That's all.
I understand, and I love that they got the rights to do it too, which is really funny. I loved all of the kind of comedic, like the slapstick humor and stuff. I love that they're making fun of other stereotypes. All of the drummers in the movie are girls, which is like an anti-stereotype. Do what?
It's offensive to me.
Well, you should be. I love that they make fun of bands who sell out. We're here to sell out and play music and whatever. I love
Make
that.
money.
Yeah. And the fact that they call him Young Neil is funny. I like this movie a lot. I'm actually sad that I haven't seen it as many times as I need to feel like I need to see it. I feel like I need to watch it way more to get the next, the third layer of the movie.
That's okay. I'll do enough for all of us.
Well, I know, but I like watching movies. I mean, honestly, so today we drove 6+ hours today, and the last 2.5 to 3 hours I was by myself. And so I pulled my phone up, hook it into the car, and I watched Serenity for probably the 30th time. And by watched, I mean, again, I'm driving the car, so the phone is off to the side. I'm basically just listening to the movie because I've seen it so many times, so I'm not being unsafe. And it was raining and dangerous and things. But anyway.
Is that what that pileup was on 77?
No, we did drive by several accidents, so again, crazy rain, but no one cares about the weather, traffic. So, but they do care about is my out of 10. I'm going to give this thing a 9.5 because I flippin' love this movie.
Damn.
I do. I think this movie is really fun. And actually, I'm going to change my score because it makes the score come out to be too even. So I'm going to say 9.6. There. I made it even more even. Damn it. 9.55. I'm trying to make it not be the same as several other movies. Is what I'm trying to do. Anyway, there you go. So that's it. That was a lot of fun. I was so glad we did that movie. Corny, I hope you...
Yes. Thank you, Corny.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Lives have been spared.
Yeah, no, it's...
You have chosen wisely.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. And Andrew, honestly, you've told us on the show, and I've forgotten. What's your favorite movie? You told us. Was it Back to the Future?
Yeah.
That's right. As stated by the intro music in the podcast, the new intro music. Hopefully you people like that at home. And don't say, what do you mean by you people? What are we doing next? We're doing something called Kung Fury.
Oh, no.
I've not seen this. By Sam's reaction, I'm a little scared.
I don't know. I've never seen it either, but I'm excited. If it's anything like Kung Fu Hustle, I'm excited.
I have no idea.
Isn't it a relatively short one?
It is kind of short, from what I remember. It is a short film. This was requested to us by another listener. I can't remember who it was though. But Kung Fury. I can't find it.
It's not streaming.
No, well, I can't find it on IMDb.
Oh.
Am I spelling it wrong? How else would you spell Kung Fury? Anyway, so we'll there's a second. No, not Kung Fu Panda 2.
It better be there. I've checked it, and it wasn't supposed to leave unless.
Kung Fury 2015. It says it's a short film.
Yes, 30 minutes.
Oh.
Ooh. No way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually super intrigued just looking at the cast. David Sandberg as Kung Fury, Jorma Taccone as Adolf Hitler, Stephen Chu as Dragon, Andreas Chilling as Thor. There's somebody called Triceracop. There's somebody called Katana. There's voice of Katana, Red Ninja, and Hoff 9000. Oh, David Hasselhoff is in this.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh, this is gonna be awesome.
But yeah, it's only 30 minutes. So anyway, this looks hilarious. So we'll see what happens. And Kung Fury 2, the movie, is coming out in 2018, directed by the same dude.
It will be 15 minutes.
Doesn't
7 electric commercials.
Doesn't say. Anyway, there's very little info about it. That's cool. All right, so that's next. Can't wait. Let's do it. In the meantime, I'm going to play the outro music.
Wait, what's supposed?
That's not the outro music.
That is the sentiment that we get on our show most of the time.
Oh my gosh. How long have I
It
done
isn't a show until Sean accidentally plays the wrong clip.
No kidding, right?
Oh, it's on our bingo card.
Yeah, Sean plays the wrong clip. Anyway, that's it. So thank you for listening. This was a lot of fun. We'll do it next week, and the show will post on its normal date, hopefully. Leave us a review. What? leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, any of those places would be great. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews. We're still doing our GoFundMe account, gofundme.com/cheapseatreviews. Help us out there. You guys helped us raise enough money to keep the show going for a year. That money is about out. Just saying. So, if we can get another $250, that's all it takes to run this show for a whole year. That keeps it out of our pockets. I'd really appreciate it. Even if it's just $1, $25 gets you on the show. Alan and Michael will attest to that.
And Corny will give you one of his human trafficking people.
Yeah. Like us on Facebook. That's totally a joke, people. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cheapseatreviews.
Shut up, get back to the box.
Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com, where you can check out our blog and other things that I haven't updated in a while. Also, listen to us on Anchor. I've been doing some stuff on Anchor, which is very cool. So anyway, on behalf of Corny, Andrew, Sam, this is Sean saying thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.